Hi, Chewy. Hey, y'all. Sup? Greets and things. Want to go on? Happy Wednesday, one and all. Hi. Hope you all had a great day. 'Tis I, Sherry. Thank you once again for welcoming me into your dimension. Really appreciate it. So, to get to the point of this video, I recently got in from another long day at work and am starving. Of course, there are no leftovers from last night. So, quick thinking me decided I'm going to make some baked pierogies. That's right, baked. Here we go. Pierogies. Ukrainian style for garlic lovers. These pierogies, pretty inexpensive, less than $5. And I had dinner last night, plus lunch. I'm having dinner again tonight, and hopefully I will be able to save some, perhaps 4, for my lunch tomorrow. Not bad, eh? Okay, so Ukrainian style means basically these are just filled with potatoes and seasoned with garlic. They're pretty delicious, and instead of boiling or frying, as the instructions suggest, I decided to go my way and bake them. They turned out pretty good, and this is why I'm sharing this hack with you. The oven is preheating to 350, and I'm going to toss these in even before the oven heats up. Now, the reason I'm okay with doing that is, my reasoning is, as the oven is warming up, so will the pierogies. They'll start defrosting and slowly start cooking as well as the temperature in the oven increases. So essentially what this does is it cuts down on the overall cooking time, baking time, and it also helps shave a little off the electricity bill, because I'm not waiting to actually warm up the oven to 350 before putting everything in. I think it's pretty effective. You're welcome to try. I've done this with chicken fingers, even regular chicken, roast beef, pretty much anything, and so far they've turned out fine, totally fine, as if I had put them in when the oven was already preheated. So, something to consider. Moving right along, to prepare these, it's very, very quick, and what I'm going to do is just toss them into a bowl, sprinkle some olive oil over them, and then add a bit of spice. Actually, the oven preheated while I was setting up the camera and so forth, getting everything ready. If I wasn't making a video, this would have already been in the oven. One of the issues I have with boiling pierogies is usually they tend to split apart, and some of the filling gets lost because it gets incorporated into the water and can't really salvage it. With everyone being health conscious and careful about not eating too many deep fried foods and whatnot, pan frying is also something that I wasn't really considering, or not looking forward to, or not really interested in at the moment. Pan frying definitely has great results, crunchy outside and soft and yummy inside. We all love that. But I've also had some losses with pan frying. This is why I thought, hey, why not check out the baking option? So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to make them all. We will lay them out in one layer on the tray. Yesterday, when I made these, I basically poured a dollop of oil on the tray and placed pierogies individually, each one kind of rubbing it on the oiled surface and dispersing the oil that way, so my fingers didn't get messy and there was really a tiny little bit of oil. So this method is actually something really new that I'm trying today. I'm trying to keep the oil to a minimum, so I'd say that's probably 2 teaspoons. And we'll just do a quick, now these are totally frozen, and like I said, they turned out really good yesterday. So that was just their little shush around. I will mix them around a little bit more shortly. To the olive oil, and for spice, I'm adding a bit of crushed chili flakes. Mainly for color and a bit of flavoring, I'm adding Clubhouse style seasoning, Tex-Mex version. We'll see how this works. Hopefully it'll stick to the oil and turn out okay. Some garlic powder. Black pepper. And a touch of Mediterranean-style sea salt, as compared to the pink Himalayan style. Now, because these salts are sourced in different places, one in the mountains, one in the ocean, they do contain different trace elements and different minerals. I don't have them listed here, but I'm sure you understand what I mean. Okay, so these have been covered, and I'll use some tongs. Push this around. I think an equally effective method would be to place these in a plastic bag, as you would for making like seasoned chicken or so. Toss in some olive oil and your favorite seasonings, and then toss them all around. Very sure that would be equally effective. In my experience, however, the plastic bag method isn't my favorite choice, because sometimes a lot of the seasoning gets stuck on the plastic bag itself. I'm like, well, that was a waste. Okay, so except for this tiny drop of olive oil, the baking tray is completely dry, and so this is what the seasoned pierogies look like at this point. I'm sure if they were more defrosted, they'd coat better, but I'm hungry and I don't want to be fussing and mussing too much. Plus, I'm a simple girl. It doesn't need to be perfect. I like the rustic effect in many things. So I'll just continue on. Actually, this method is working much better than yesterday's, to coat the little dumplings with sufficient amount of seasoning. And I kid you not, these were ready in about 10 minutes yesterday. Perfectly cooked through. The only thing I will caution you on is that the pierogies may explode a little bit. You will most likely experience some of the filling leaking out. This is what I saw yesterday. But the great thing was, instead of losing it all in the water, if I had been boiling them, I was able to salvage the filling. I'm sure I'll be able to show you this in today's video. And nothing was lost. Okay, so and there we go. If you wanted to, I'm sure, here we go, you could add a touch more spices if you liked. I'm okay with where I'm at. This is what the tray looks like. Try not to jostle them around too much. And the oven is at 350. So I'm going to toss them in and set the timer to 8 minutes, and then I'll show you what it looks like at that point. So there we have it at 350. I shall set the timer for 8 minutes. And while that's doing that, I'm going to tidy up and use any extra time to quickly prep a side salad. So I'll show you that in a minute. Okay, and we're back. It is almost time to check on them. We're down to 55, 4, 3, 2, 1 seconds to go. And that's pretty good because I'll flip them and give them a few more minutes. While that's happening, I shall make my salad. So here are the salad fixings. Pretty simple, like 1 shallot, 1 small tomato, 3 regular sized button mushrooms, and about 7 small sized leaves of romaine lettuce. Organic, of course. I promote organic because organic foods contain the most nutrition, and that's what I go for. Plus I like supporting the organic movement in general. Okay, the timer is going off, so let's zoom back over here. And zoom out. Position this a bit better so you can see what's going on. Just the towel. They look pretty good. They also smell pretty good. Of course, because we're not deep frying them, they're not going to be super crispy. They will be delicious. And they definitely feel defrosted, which is great. I'm very optimistic that these are going to be delicious. Oh, I already flipped that one. Delicious and nutritious. It's super fast to boot. Spacing is important because it helps with the airflow, and air and heat, or the heated air, can flow, pretty evenly across and through everything, then everything will cook evenly. Okay, so they've been turned. This is hot. Hope you can see it. We're gonna toss it back in, and I'm gonna set the timer for, I could set this for 5 minutes. But just because, I'm gonna set it for 7. Because 7 is a lucky number, and I like it. Okay, so with that going on that side, let's swing back this way and get the salad going, shall we? Okay, so I'm sure I can get this done within 7 minutes. Ideally, I like to tear my lettuce leaves by hand, but for presentation, do you see what humans do to each other? For presentation, I shall cut them in a civilized way. Next up, I'm going to thinly slice these mushrooms. I had a salad from a fancy restaurant once, and it was the first time I ever had thinly shaved mushrooms with Parmesan cheese. It was quite interesting. In a good way, I mean. If you like mushrooms, you can add as many as you wish. I have already rinsed everything and trimmed these sufficiently, so there we go. So far, this meal has taken approximately, I'd say about, 10 minutes there, let's say 12 minutes, technically, including flipping time and whatnot. 12, and there were a few minutes, 12, let's say 3 to 4 minutes while I was getting the ingredients all organized and ready to show you. So far 15 minutes or so, not too bad. And again, if you weren't, adding in prep time and whatnot and just doing this really simply, not making a video, you could definitely get this made in about, for sure, 15 minutes, no problem. Like, the entire meal. This is one small cocktail tomatoes, they're called. I like the cocktail tomatoes because they're very flavorful, and that's another reason why I like organic tomatoes. They also contain more vitamins and nutrients than inorganic. As we know, our soils are depleted and minerals and whatnot are hard to come by, so there's a lot of things going on in the farming industry, pharmaceutical industry, and so on and so forth, with sharing of resources, as I'll politely put it. So yeah, blah blah. I'm not gonna lecture you. What I have been adding recently to my salads, and it's an acquired taste, I'm sure. If you like a little bit of zing, as I call it, please add some onion. Onion has so many nutritional benefits for us. It's good for our guts, our digestion, helps clear things. One day I'll do a video just about onions and their benefits. Onions and garlic, actually. Sorry about that. So yeah, it adds a nice little burst of flavor as well. These are shallots. So shallots are a little bit more mild, I guess, than the regular onion. They're like tiny little purple onions. And because I'm brave like that, I'm gonna eat a whole one. And it's loosely cut, which is great. And I'm going to leave it like this. The pierogies there, but to the salad, I'm going to add, let me just rinse my fingers. 2 minutes to go there, so that's not too shabby. To the salad, for my dressing, I'm quickly going to add a small amount of olive oil. And some organic apple cider vinegar with the mother. We will discuss what the mother is in another video. ACV, as those in the know call it, also has great benefits for our insides. I can definitely attest to that. All the things you read online or see in YouTube videos about it helping to reduce bloating and whatnot, it's true, it really works. I've seen some positive changes in the last few days, and I can't complain. So my salad is ready. Black pepper, salt, a splash of ACV, and some olive oil. As you can hear, the pierogies are finished, so let's flip back to this side. It's chewy. And we'll get plating. Yes, yes. Ooh, these turned out much better than yesterday's, actually. Yesterday, some of the filling was actually pouring out onto the tray. I don't know if you can see this. My other glove. But the filling is just a little bit popped out. Kind of looks nice. And they are definitely hot and ready to go. So for this, ooh, and they're so soft. So soft on the inside. There's a bit of a nice crust on the outside from the topping. It's not messy at all. Let's have this one. If I was going to be extra fancy, I would chop up some green onion or probably some chives or even coriander, sprinkle it on top and be like, hey voila, this is the final dish. So for now, this is what you get. The quickly chopped salad and the quickly baked pierogies. You can of course add a dollop of sour cream or whatever you like to dip in on the side. Me, I'm going to eat a little bit lighter. But instead of adding greenery, what I will add is a splash of nutritional yeast flakes. Now this is a really good substitute for cheese. It has a very similar flavor to cheese, and it's pretty much like breadcrumbs, but it's really filled with vitamin B12. You can look this up online. And this I ordered from Amazon. It's a really good price. It lasts me and Chewy. Chewy likes it too on her foods. Yes, I know. You know what this is. And what I will add this to is my salad. Yes, it looks like a lot, but it's really just one thin layer of flakes, and this will help me with my B vitamins. B vitamins are good for nerves, especially for kitty cats. So I'm adding some to her food, which is right here on the other side. Yes, it's true. And yeah, so there we go. And on that note, I thank you once again for watching. Bon appetit to me and to you, wherever you are. Enjoy your dinner. Till we meet again, stay well, stay warm, stay healthy. Peace out.